in terms of parties, I think Mary here is our, like in-house bartender. Like she comes up with all these really cool drinks and cocktails, and she was actually doing that on Saturday with her dad. So she has a few festive holiday drinks up her sleeve. What do you have for us, Mary?
Yeah, so I mean, what are you looking for? Just kidding. So, I mean, around the holidays, there's a lot of different fun drink opportunities, alcohol related or not. I personally like whiskey or bourbon in the winter. It's a little warmer. And just some local, I don't know about Chicago, but there's a lot of new distilleries in the area, in Michigan and Detroit. There's Two James and Detroit City Distillery and our Detroit Vodka, which is a part of the Grubbable network. And Atwater as well has their own distillery, and they have vodka and bourbon. And so maybe this holiday season, sample with those and try to make some fun holiday drinks.
Those make for really good gift ideas too, right?
Yeah, definitely. Something people will use, right? You don't want it to go to waste. So some ideas that I had, and you guys can chime in too. I came up this weekend with a twist on a Manhattan. So Manhattans are usually whiskey or bourbon, and you can use vermouth, sweet or not, bitters. I usually like to use orange bitters, but there's all different kinds you can choose from. And just to add a little spice for the holiday season, I came up with, you can do cinnamon, add some sprinkles of cinnamon, just a couple of pinches, or even nutmeg, but I'm not the biggest nutmeg fan. So I don't know about you guys, but you can try the nutmeg. But it was really good. It added like a little spice to it almost in your throat, and cinnamon's really great for you as well. So killing two birds with one stone. Wow. And I also just had the pleasure of trying a hot toddy for the first time. Have you guys ever had them?
Yes. When I'm sick and healthy.
That's what I was just about to say. Yeah. Like, people sort of usually associate them with being sick, but I went to Ashtabula outside of Geneva, Ohio a couple months ago, and this restaurant, it was a little local place. It was so cool, called Renix, and they had this whole hot toddy bar, and they had like a hot buttered rum one and a chai tea latte, which hot toddy, which I tried to create. And you can definitely do it with or without milk, or if you're into non-dairy, you can do almond or soy or coconut. But it's basically rum, hot water, honey, and then add a little chai, whether it's a tea bag or a mix, and then some milk, and it's so good. It's really warm for the holiday season.
That sounds really good. I have to agree with you, where I'm a Manhattan fan. I love like the bourbon and the whiskey, so I always go for drinks with that.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people like eggnog, which is traditionally made with bourbon.
Yeah. Have you ever had
eggnog? Who here has had eggnog?
Never.
I've had eggnog.
What do you think about it?
You know what? I don't mind it. I will say that it's traditionally pretty heavy. Like, there's a lot of cream, a lot of milk, a lot of sugar, a lot of egg yolks. But, I mean, you can, if you really love eggnog, you can cut down on that by making it yourself. I know they sell it, like, non-alcoholic in a container at the store. But you can use, non-fat milk, or a sugar substitute for it, or an egg substitute, or just egg whites, and still maybe add a little bit more bourbon into it. In that case, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Help me understand. Do the eggs get cooked? Like, does the alcohol cook the egg, or is it like raw?
I think it's just to like make it a little bit creamier and frothier. And people usually either love eggnog or hate it.
Yeah.
I've never tried it.
Me too. I've been too afraid to try a thing because I've met the two extremes, the one, like you said, they love it, and then the other folks who say, no, don't even try it. You will not like it. So I'm like too afraid.
It's a bit heavy for me. I usually substitute, like, because eggnog is kind of like the traditional Christmas drink. Yeah. I like to substitute it with like spiked hot cider.
Yeah.
So I'll use like the cinnamon stick and a little bit of rum in it instead. And it actually cuts the calories in half too.
Yeah,
So-
that was on my list.
Oh, all right, we're twinning.
Yeah, I actually love
No.
that. It's so good, hot or cold.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God. All those sound so good. Oh,
Yeah.
too bad there's no one to make them.
There's also so many local Christmas holiday beers being made right now.
Yeah. I know Frankenmuth has, the brewery here has, because Frankenmuth is known for Christmas because it has Bronner's, which is like the biggest Christmas store. So it's very Christmassy around this time. It's a German town. And the brewery there typically has a lot of German style beer, but they also do like few festive ones and pumpkin ales and,
Yeah.
I know Griffin Claw does one. I think it's a Christmas ale or a pumpkin ale.
Yeah, Atwater
Bells.
has one.
Atwater.
Bells has a couple. I currently have a winter.
Oh, the winter white ale. That's one of my favorites.
Really good. It tastes a little piney.
Does a little bit of like the traditional cardamom spices.
Mm.
But one of my favorites is, have you guys had Great Lakes Christmas Ale from Cleveland?
Yes.
I don't think I've had that one actually, but that's on my list.
It's so good. It's a little, Myra, wouldn't you say it's a little darker, but it's not like heavy?
Yeah, it's not like as heavy as like drinking, I don't know, like a stout or something. Like that feeling afterwards. It's not like that.
It's like an amber.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, I like that.
It's so good.
So Mary, you should get those the next time you're in the land.
Yeah, they sell them here actually.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
400 miles. So
There you go.
yeah.
All those sound great. I actually have a question on drinks. How do we make hot chocolate lighter? Because I love hot chocolate around this time.
Yeah, actually, if you don't mind me chiming in.
Go ahead.
So actually on our Grubbable blog, Olivia just contributed this amazing hot chocolate recipe, and it's so easy. There's a picture of it on our Facebook too, and it's just endangered species dark chocolate, unsweetened almond milk, and she puts in a little bit of cinnamon and peppermint extract, and it looks and sounds so good.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds amazing. Actually,
Share
that's
that
something
link.
that we've done too. Like there was this one winter when we were students, Prashant and I, we fell sick, and instead of going to the doctor, we actually insulated our hot chocolates with either Irish cream or some sort of liquor, and that was our medicine. I swear to God, we were so we were actually like fit in 3 days. I really swear by insulated hot chocolates. But we didn't want to make it too fatty, so we actually used almond milk, coconut milk. And those sort of milks actually don't even break when you add an alcohol to it. Dairy typically tends to break a little bit when you add alcohol to it, but if you use almond milk or coconut milk, it doesn't even break. So you can actually add some Irish cream to it. Of course, Irish cream will not be local.
Well, I mean, definitely making hot chocolate at home is going to be healthier for you in general than going to Starbucks or Big B, where it's just laden with cream and like heavy chocolate. Like the endangered species.
A lot of sugar.
Yeah, exactly. And the endangered species chocolate is probably like over 85% cacao. So that's way better chocolate for you than what they're providing at Big B, I'm guessing.
I agree. And dark chocolate is just divine.
Way better. It's way better.
Way better. It has a ton of antioxidants, flavonoids. Right, Marilla?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Lots of antioxidants.
Oh my God, I love dark chocolate. So for those of you who really wants to do a lot of dark chocolate, there are other ways. You know, there are all these tiny little hacks that you can take to make it just a little bit better. And also, this is something that we, I think, mentioned even last time, but I think Marilla will agree, but it's always good to use other forms of sweeteners, right? Like natural sweetener, like agave syrup. Agave has a very low glycemic index. Local honey is really good for you in terms of allergy defense, right? Because it's made from local pollen, local flowers.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, I take a spoonful of that every day. It's great because it's sweet.
Yeah.
And it tastes good and also prevents me from having some allergies, which I really don't have anyway. I'm just taking a spoonful of honey.
Yeah, first thing in the morning, apparently, if you take a little bit of honey with warm water and if you add a little bit of lemon juice, it's apparently really good for you. Okay, all right. So what about sangria? I saw a bunch of different recipes for hosting parties with Christmas or festive themed, instead of a punch, maybe a sangria with the cranberries floating, rosemary floating, fruits. Go ahead.
Sorry. I've never actually made sangria before, but I think it's pretty easy, and a lot of the fruits you mentioned are in season that would go in a sangria. And but I did see this punch with cranberry and rosemary with gin and champagne. So that's like a different take. Forget the eggnog.
Yeah.
It's a bit lighter. Gin supposedly is good for you, great for you because of how it's made. I need to do a little bit more research on that.
Let's just go with it.
Yeah.
But alcohol, I mean, we don't want to be one of those channels that subscribes or to drinking alcohol, but alcohol does have properties that help fight infection.
Absolutely, in moderation.
Yeah, in moderation.
Yeah, and Detroit City Distillery has a ton of different gins that you could use, so it's local.
Yeah, or you can, I know a lot of people like to drink wine. You can always cut down on some wine by making a spritzer and just adding a little bit of club soda into your white wine or your red wine.
Wow.
I'm not too much of a wine drinker myself. Like I said, I prefer bourbon and whiskey, but that could be a good alternative too.
Ooh, wow. That sounds yummy. Too many drinks to try.
Not enough holiday parties to make them.
I know, right? Not enough holiday parties. We should just, create a bunch of them just for ourselves, and then put them on the channel and say, "Hey, we did a Christmas party, local style."